Hi everyone, welcome to all 4C learning classes. This is Zoology subject, Chapter 4, Session 2. So earlier we have seen the good riddance and excretion homeostasis, that is what is the excretory products and what are their concentration and the examples we have discussed. Now we'll see. So we discussed that the nitrogenous wastes are formed from the metabolism of deamination of amino acids as well as the nucleic acids metabolism, that is purine and pyrimidine metabolism forms the nitrogenous waste. These nitrogenous wastes are, I have already told you, the nitrogenous wastes are ammonia, urea, uric acid, next amino acids and the guanine. So I repeat, of these 5 nitrogenous waste, ammonia, urea, uric acid are major excretory products or major nitrogenous waste, whereas the amino acids and the guanine are said to be the minor nitrogenous waste. So the animals that excrete the ammonia as a nitrogenous waste are named to be the aminotelic animals. Such phenomenon is aminotelism. The animals that excrete ammonia as their nitrogenous waste are named to be the aminotelic animals. Such phenomenon is ammonotelism. Whereas the animals that excrete urea as their nitrogenous waste are what named to be the ureotelic animals. Such phenomenon which is ureotelism, and the animals that excrete the uric acid are named to be the uricotelic animals, that is ureotelism. And the animals that excrete the amino acids are what named to be the aminotelic. This is the information from outside, so better you students make a note. Aminotelic animals, make a note. Aminotelic animals are the example, the animals that excrete amino acids. And here the example is unio, one of the molluscans, and lamnia is the 2 examples of the molluscans are comes under the aminotelic animals, whereas the guanotelism, the animals that excrete the guanine as an excretory products are named to be guanotelism. If the guanine is excreted as an excretory product, such animals are named to be the guanotelic animals, And the example for this is spider, Arania. Arania is said to be the example of the guanotelic animals. So the nitrogenous wastes are ammonia, urea, uric acid, amino acid and guanine. In this, the ammonia, urea, uric acid are major nitrogenous waste, and amino acids and guanine are minor and of less importance. In this connection, first of all, we'll discuss the aminotelic animals. So, the animals that excrete ammonia as a nitrogenous waste are what named to be the aminotelic. In this connection, first of all, the deamination takes place. Deamination. De means removal. What removal? Amine. Why? As I already told you that proteins are not stored in the body, and when something is not stored, immediate its get riddance is needed. That's the reason why as a protein, you can see this is the a chemical formula of the proteins. So in this connection, first of all the amine is removed. Removal of the amine is deamination. Then this amine is added by the hydrogen and results in the formation of the ammonia. This is happen to be takes place in the liver. You know very well that is in the vertebrate liver there takes place one of the cycles named to be the ornithine cycle. It is a cyclical changes, and you may raise a doubt how do the food are taken to the liver. Whatever the food and water we take, before reaching the heart, it reaches into the liver via the hepatic portal vein. Liver is the first check post. Before anything released into the general circulation, it is being taken to the liver. So this digested food, proteins, end products, amino acids, and the carbohydrates, fats are being taken to the liver. In the liver, deamination results in a removal of amine added by hydrogen and results in the ammonia. This is highly toxic, and this need to be eliminated by adding water. Aquatic animals do not have the deficiency of water. That's the reason why ammonotelic animals, examples are aquatic animals, right from the lower group of animals, that is none other than amoeba, hydra, right, and even the prawn, aquatic, okay, bony fishes are all what comes under the ammonotelism itself. As ammonia is highly toxic, it needs to be diluted. So aquatic animals do not have a problem. Then this nitrogenous waste ammonia is added by water and it is eliminated outside. Generally, this ammonia formation do not require any energy. Such animals are named to be the ammonotelic. The case with the bony fishes, most of the ammonia is eliminated by means of the gills and body surface The ammonia excreting animals are aquatic animals, example amoeba, hydra and bony fishes. In the case of the bony fishes, the ammonia is eliminated in the form of ammonium ions, and that too by gills and the body surface by diffusion. And little amount, negligible amount, a bit better if I say negligible amount is eliminated by kidneys. I repeat, the case with the bony fishes, aquatic animals. The case with the bony fishes, the ammonia is eliminated in the form of ammonium ions, which is mostly done by means of the gills and body surface by diffusion. And negligible amount, small amount is water sent out through kidneys. As ammonia is highly toxic, it needs to be added by water, and this is eliminated as the diluted urine. Such animals are named to be the aminotelic animals, and the examples are aquatic animals such as amoeba, hydra, bony fishes, and larvae of amphibians, larvae of the amphibians, larvae of amphibians. What is the larva of amphibian? None other than the tadpole larva. Tadpole larva. So these are all what are the examples and the explanation towards the ammonotelism, ammonotelic animals. The next, let's move on to ureotelism. Ureotelism in the sense the animals that excrete urea as their excretory product. The animals that excrete urea as an excretory product named to be the ureotelic animals, and the urea is 1 lakh times less toxic than do the ammonia. Earlier we discussed that in terms of the concentration of the toxicity, ammonia is highly toxic, whereas urea is less toxic and uric acid is least toxic. And the point to remember, ammonia is soluble in water, more soluble in water. That is the reason why it is eliminated through water. These are all the points to remember you. That is, ammonia is highly toxic and it is more soluble in water. This is the reason why with more amount of the water the ammonia is sent out. The advantage is it becomes less toxic and it is released into the water medium. That is what ammonotelism, ammonotelism. Ureotelism, the animals that excrete urea as an excretory product is a ureotelism, ureotelic animals. The urea is less toxic when compared with the ammonia. It is 1 lakh times less toxic than do the ammonia. Generally, this urea is formed in the higher vertebrates liver by a cycle named to be the ornithine cycle, as there are the amino acids involved, ornithine and amino acid involved, and enzymes are involved, where the deamination followed by ammonia formation, ammonia added by carbon dioxide, and that results in the urea. That's what urea synthesis in the liver, urea synthesis in liver. You may be misguided or you may be confused. Urea is an excretory product which is synthesized in the kidney. It is excretion by kidney but synthesis in liver itself. So if I ask you a question, what is the blood vessel that is with the highest amount of urea? Come on, answer. The blood vessel that is with the highest amount of urea. What could be this? Think over it. Wherever the blood vessel is going out, the region where urea synthesized will have more content of urea. Simple. There is nothing in the liver, it is synthesized. So the blood vessel that is carrying out of the liver will have high content. That is none other than hepatic vein. Definitely people will confuse regarding this. Hepatic vein is a vena which takes the urea from liver into postcaval vein into right atrium to right ventricle, and this is how it is being pampered. And it is brought back to the kidney by renal artery. Why? For elimination to the outside. So be careful. Excretory product called urea is synthesized in the liver. So urea is 1 lakh times less toxic than do the ammonia. Since it is less toxic, 1 point, and it is also comparative to that of the ammonia, it is less soluble in water, less soluble. I am not saying, I don't say it is insoluble, it is less soluble. So, as it is less toxic, so there is a chance of storing of this urea in the blood. What is the need of the storing of the urea in the blood? So the reason storing is, since it is less toxic, it is not toxic for the body, so it is stored. For the concentration gradient, in order to form the concentrated urine, it is being absorbed in the case of the human kidney. You know very well, that is, we are about to discuss under the urine formation topic, where the selective reabsorption, some amount of the urea from the collecting duct is what is absorbed back into the ascending limb of the loop of Henle. It is in order to maintain the concentration gradient. Since it is not toxic, so it can, and it is for the concentration maintenance, later it is sent out, it is being eliminated. So that's what ureotelism. And the example for ureotelic animals are, the example for ureotelic, example earthworm, and example adult amphibians. Before that, the chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes. Just now we have seen that the chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes store the urea in the body as a physiological uremia. That is, the storing of the urea, it is for the avoiding the exoosmotic problem. As cartilaginous fishes contain in their urea, their concentration become isotonic to that of their surrounding, thereby they avoid the exoosmotic problem. And apart from that, it is also excreted by, that is urea, adult amphibians, and it is also excreted by the mammals. So this is what the example of the list of ureotelic animals. I repeat, earthworm and the chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes, adult amphibians, mammals, etc. There are many animals. One point to remember that there are the animals needed to be the dual excreting animals. Dual excreting animals are also there in the nature. What do you mean by dual? Two, which means, let me clear you the examples such as, one, name it to be the frog, then earthworm, these two, and there are many other examples which are named to be the dual excreting. If you observe earthworm, during the rainy season, it excretes. When the environmental conditions are moist, it excretes the ammonia. When the conditions are dry, it excretes urea. Imagine this. One animal but excreting two types of the excretory substances. That's what dual excreting animals. And frogs larva, frog is excreting ammonia. Why? Tadpole larva, frog living in fresh water, so it excretes the ammonia. That is what we consider the frog and earthworms are considered to be the dual excreting animals. Yes, so move on to this. One more point, a adverse effect of the urea storing in the body is there, which damages the protein. That's the reason why the cartilaginous fishes, chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fishes, chondrichthyes, and some marine mollusks, as well as certain bony fishes have teleost fishes have TMO, trimethyl amino oxide, in their the body, which prevents the damaging effect of the proteins, damaging effect of the urea on protein is avoided. It is an adaptation. Next, let's move on to the third category, that is none other than the what is called uricotelism. The third category we'll discuss, that is uricotelism. The animals that excrete uric acid are what is said to be the uricotelic animals. I repeat, the animals that excrete uric acid are what is said to be the uricotelic animals. And uric acid, when compared with that of the ammonia and the urea, it is least toxic. It is least toxic. Uric acid, the animals that excrete uric acid are what name it to be the uricotelic animals. The points to remember here: uric acid is least toxic. One point. Second point, it is insoluble in water. It is insoluble in water. And that is the reason why it is released in the form of semi-solid pellets, or else pellets manner it is being excreted. Why? Why means the list of the animals, if we see, the list of the animals are land snails. Next, the tracheate insects. Next, the reptiles, birds, apes. These are all what we see is a terrestrial animals. Just now I told you that the terrestrial mode of life necessitized the animals to lead the uriotelism and the uricotelism. Why? Terrestrial animal definitely have the water problem. So conservation of water is the point of the action in the case of the terrestrial animal. Conservation of water. So they need to conserve. When they want to conserve the water less amount is to be sent out. So the list of the land snail, example, and the tracheate insects. Tracheate insects eliminate the nitrogenous waste to the outside by means of Malpighian tubules. Now you may raise a doubt, what about the other animals? Lower group of animals, eliminate their nitrogenous waste by simple diffusion through body wall. And that is happen to be takes place till up to the platyhelminthes. In the case of the platyhelminthes, the excretory organs, if we see, they are none other than flame cells. The case with the nematohelminthes, the rennet glands. In the case of the annelids, nephridia, typical nephridia. The case with the arthropods, tracheate insects or with the Malpighian tubules, they excrete the uric acid. The case with the reptiles and the birds, they are with the metanephric kidneys. And it is not to worry that we are not discussing the excretory organs in animals. We are discussing our topic is modes of excretion, not the types of the excretory organ, which is subsequently we discuss in the next class. So modes of excretion. So in this connection, the land snails, tracheate insects, reptiles and birds, all of these are terrestrial. Terrestrial animals require conservation of water. One point let me ask, for suppose if birds carry water in their body, how do they fly? The mode of flight related to reducing the body weight. And this is the reason why birds do not have urinary bladder. If urinary bladder is there, urine is stored. That will reflect on weight of the body. So this is also an adaptation of the flight. So remaining are all the adaptation is conservation of water. So conservation of water is necessary for the terrestrial animal. That made them to lead the uricotelism, and this is what we do discuss as one of the adaptation, uricotelism. Next, so it is less toxic and insoluble in water, so it is released in the form of semi-solid substances, pellets. So the examples of the uricotelic, land snails, tracheate insects, and the reptiles, the lizards, next crocodiles, next snakes. These are all what comes under chelonians, tortoises. These are all what comes under the reptiles. They excrete the nitrogenous waste. Birds are also excreting. But there are certain instances where dual excreting animals that we have seen, the case with the frog larvally, it is excreting ammonia. Remind you one thing, that what does it mean, what does it refers to amphibians? Amphi means dual role. That is, amphibians are partly in water, partly on land. Right? So when they are in water, it is nothing but they need to excrete ammonia, which is and on land they excrete the urea. That's what they are dual excreting animal. Besides that, the case with the earthworm also, when it is in moist surfaces, it is excreting the urea, whereas in moist it is ammonia. That's what dual excreting animal. And even the case with the human beings, some extent the other products are present, uric acid, but it is the least amount. That's the reason why we consider they are the what is said to be the ureotelic itself. And here there are two types of the urines we see, hypertonic and hypotonic. Hypertonic urine as well as hypotonic. Hypertonic urine excreting, hypotonic urine excreting animals. So the case with the animals whose urine, the excretory product, whose urine is more concentration than that of the body fluid, is named to be the hypertonic urine excreting. The example is human beings. That is mammals we say. Whereas that with the hypotonic excreting or urea excreting, or you can write it as the earthworm, the concentration of the excretory products is less than that of the body. And even not only this, the dehydration, which kills a person more faster than do the lack of the food, that indicates the presence of the water importance in the body. presence of water. Particularly happens with even the people who are prone for the kidney stones, renal caliculi. Kidney stones is the main condition due to dehydration. You might have noticed mainly during the June and May period, people go for the treatment towards the kidney stones. People have to aware that during summer, high temperature is there, more sweating, so water loss takes place. The input of water should be more. So this is the main reason, dehydration. Dehydration causes, see, kidney stones doesn't mean that you eat stones. It means the salts that you take are not dissolved. Why? You are taking salty food and you are taking less water. All the salts accumulated become the rock-like or stone. It means that. And during the summer, as you take less water, so it accumulated more and results in kidney stones. So the only method is to take more water. Why? This dehydration kills a person, that is the importance. And besides that, the excretory organs called kidneys are even remove the hydrogen ions from the body. Thereby it maintains the acid-base metabolism. That is what the homeostasis is all about in this connection. Thank you.